The Invisible Man is an adaptation of H.G. Wells' novel from way back in the day, 1897. This is a modern adaptation of that novel. It takes place in modern day, and it stars Elizabeth Moss as Cecilia, who leaves her house one night to escape the abuse of her husband. A few weeks later, when her ex-husband turns up dead, and it appears he's dead from an apparent suicide, she gains all of his wealth and fortune, but she fears that she is being stalked by him. She fears that her husband Adrian is still around. She fears that she is being stalked by him. Stalked by an entity that nobody else can see after some strange events start to happen. I'm going to be quite honest with you, the trailers for The Invisible Man did nothing for me. I did not expect anything out of this movie. It was very similar to the way I felt with Edge of Tomorrow back in 2014, and then look how that movie turned out. It turned out to be one of the greatest movies of that year, one of my favorite movies of all time. Edge of Tomorrow is amazing. These trailers just didn't do it for me. They didn't really represent anything in terms of something I would like. It just seemed like it was coming across as this really poorly made movie, and considering the recent string of horror movies that we have gotten, I went into this movie thinking that I wouldn't be surprised if this movie ended up being horrible. God damn, I love being proved wrong. I loved this goddamn movie. Holy shit, The Invisible Man. Jesus. Wow. Talk about rattling your nerves with jaws of steel. This movie is not afraid to get its feet wet. It takes its time to tell its story, and above all else, Elizabeth Moss's performance in this movie is beyond excellent. Her emotions throughout this movie convey her character's emotions so well. It's almost as if someone just put a camera in front of her and started filming her. She is that damn good in this movie. Unfortunately, she'll probably get overlooked just like Toni Collette did in Hereditary, because this is a horror movie. Jeez! Give some horror movies some love, okay? Jesus. She just knocked it out of the ballpark, able to capture all of the pain and all the emotions her character is feeling flawlessly. And speaking of things that are flawless in this movie, the sound design is amazing. Every little scratch, every little footstep, every little screech or squeak is placed perfectly and just rattles you. It just makes you that much more terrified that there is something going on in this house, that there is something happening to the character of Cecilia. It is magnificently placed. Most of these sounds are heard off screen, some of them are heard on screen. Both have the same impact, and when you hear these sounds, you instantly know something is going to happen. It's the quieter moments too, where there's no musical score and you just hear the sound of a blanket coming off two people that are sleeping. Just that sound alone is haunting. And sounds like that in this movie just haunt you and disturb you to your core. They shake you. And if we're talking about other things that shake you in this movie, it is the magnificent camera work. It'll focus on Cecilia, and then when she's looking to see if there's somebody actually watching her, it'll either shift ever so slightly to the left or to the right, focusing on a dead, empty space. And it's up to your imagination to figure out where this invisible entity is. It could be anywhere in that space. And it's not just the fact that you can't see it, and not being able to see something that is haunting you makes it that much more scary. It's also the camera work that is so brilliantly effective in this movie, because it never lingers on that empty space for too long. Very briefly, it pans. It stays there for a good 3 to 5 seconds, then pans back to Cecilia. It is magnificently done. It makes you think about where this entity could be, and it really just gets you guessing and haunt you more, because I think the biggest thing for us is that if we can't see it, we're going to be more afraid. And that camera work emphasizes that more. When it cuts away quickly, emphasizes it even more. I guess that's a good way of putting it, if you know what I mean. It just emphasizes that sense of terror that is going on in that room, in that location. This movie has been applauded for its depiction of domestic abuse and abusive relationships, and I gotta say, not only does Elizabeth Moss's performance convey her character's emotions on the outside, but the character herself, the topic is addressed so subtly, and the character herself is able to express the emotions she's feeling on the inside. The trauma, the pain, the sickening thought of her ex being the Invisible Man. Everything on the inside mixes and blends so well with everything that she's feeling on the outside. The Invisible Man is a flawless movie for me. I cannot think of a single flaw for this movie. Trying to think of anything that is wrong with this movie is like trying to search for a needle in a haystack. I walked out of this movie completely floored, completely blown away. This is honestly the movie to beat, and I love that the trailer was so bad and the movie surprised me, just like it did with Edge of Tomorrow. I'm gonna say The Invisible Man belongs in popcorn heaven. Ah, yes, horror is back. Get more horror movies like this. Not that recent string of horror movies. This is what we need from the horror genre. It is magnificent. Go and see this movie. Turn on the lights when you get home because you're not going to want to sleep. You're not going to want to be alone. Make sure there's somebody with you in your house, because I came home and I found my Xbox on and I immediately got scared because I didn't leave it on. It must have turned on by itself unless there's somebody in here. Oh, that'd be creepy. Are you there? Hello? Okay, good. Nobody's here. Guys, thank you for watching my review of The Invisible Man. Go and see this movie. I really recommend it. It's my favorite movie of the year so far. Definitely go and see it. When you do see it, I want some feedback as to what you thought of The Invisible Man. Drop me a comment in the comment section below. I will leave my link to my website in the description below. All my links to my social media accounts will be there. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden. Stay tuned for more reviews coming soon, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.